Else? All right, so everyone, welcome to the Zoom today. It's pretty informal. What we're gonna do is just, like literally tell me exactly what objections you get. Like what conversations do you have in setting or closing that you just don't know how to respond to? For some of you, it might be the money situation, right? Trying to get the funding or whatever for paying enrolling into the program. It could be that. It could be maybe someone talking about what other common ones. Money's a big one. Also, let's see. Trying to think. I mean, I don't really get a lot of them myself. But yeah, so anything you guys have, honestly, that's an objection, something that maybe you wish was a little bit polished, a little bit sharper, maybe a better response. Whatever it is, just say it and then we'll mock it and we'll see how it goes. Okay, we'll go from there. All right, so who wants to go first? Let's get this party started. Please raise your electronic hand. I'll call on you, and then we'll do it that way so it's civil here. So whenever you guys and gals are ready, go ahead, raise your electronic hands, please, and I will call on you. Or just unmute yourself if that's easier. I really don't care. All right, Sean, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm really new, and I've just been instructed to just do. I'm pretty comfortable anywhere, so whatever you want to do.
Oh man, this is on you, bro. I asked you guys if you have any problems that like objections or anything you deal with that you have no idea how to respond to, or you want it sharper or more polished, like to bring those up and we'll mock them together.
Oh, I just meant like, do you want me to be like the caller or the closer or which role is what I meant? Sorry, I didn't know that.
So, yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah, sorry. I guess I missed that apparently. Not apparently I did. Yeah, so
I probably explained it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm at work myself and on lunch trying to get in this.
No worries. No, you're great. Yeah, so listen, all of you guys and gals in here, okay, you're all the setter or the closers. Okay, so you want to imagine that you're doing like setting or closing, and you're doing the script, and you get to a point where like you don't know what to say, or you don't know how to respond to something they're saying. That's what I mean, like impossible mocks. Like there's something like for some people, if someone tells you they have a money problem, like you have no idea how to navigate it. You could go through the script, but it doesn't usually end well, right? So maybe you want to do a mock call like that. I don't know. So you all tell me, what are some conversations you have that maybe just aren't as smooth, let's say that, are not as smooth as you want them to. Because look, here's the context, right? And then I'll say this and then I'll shut up for you guys. Okay, when you're setting or closing, especially setting, the client should be excited for the closer call. They should be excited. They should be like looking forward to it. They should be like, inspired by it. And why? Because you have created with them in a way that it's an opportunity for them that's going to change their life. And they're very present to it. And they're lit up about it. And like, they're definitely going to show up for the closer, right? Because you've done that job correctly. Like clients should be like that. Okay. So is anyone
That's
in
how
here?
I was.
Yeah, good for you. Seriously, good for you, right? So look, if you're setting or closing and your clients are not like that, then you should probably get on the horn and tell me, and we'll mock that conversation with you. Because
I guess the only one that I would say would be difficult that I found just within myself is, hey man, I want to do this. I want to pull the trigger. The whole reason why I called and checked in on this thing so I'm at a right now, but I am not working with a lot financially, but I have tons of experience and I am a go-getter and I'm built for this. So that's really the only thing holding me up.
Great. So let's mock it. Say that just happened. How do you respond to it? Go ahead.
Well, so I would say, so is money like the only.
Sean, listen. I'm the client. Okay. I just told you, hey man, listen, let's mock this for real. Let's go. Hey man, so everything sounds good, Sean, but look, man, I have a lot of experience. I'm already number one in my company. I don't want to do any kind of like training, whatever. I just want to get a job as quickly as possible, make as much money as I can and move on with my life and be happy. So can you help me with that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I can help you with that. The biggest thing is, it sounds like you're serious and you're ready to make a move today. And, I always say people commit from the hip, so if you are ready to go, let's go. Right. I'm ready. The school is $8,800. Okay. And obviously you've got to go through that first. I mean, I've done the same thing. You have to go through that first for us in order to be able to place you and get you to a job and get you prepared for exactly what you need. And so you're going to be coming into something, that's a little bit different than what you're used to. So we're going to line you up with the experts to, lock arms with you and take you every step of the way.
Okay, so everyone else that's here, was that enough for you? If you were the client, was that sufficient? What are your thoughts about it? Just curious. Anyone else? You could come off and mute if you want to. Charlie, Daniel, Jacob, Kyle. If you were the client, was that sufficient for you? Was that enough for you? Just curious. Go ahead, Jacob.
As far as like getting enrolled, or is he trying to schedule the next call, or is he trying to close it?
It sounded like he was trying to close it. Yeah. So if he was closing you right there, was that enough for you if you were that client?
Not really. I mean, I would also like to maybe hear some options on like, is it all upfront, or is there, probably earlier, is there customized plans, to get me into the program?
Okay. Yeah. Anything else that you heard was missing, or like, remember I said it, right? Like, you should be excited about this. Were you excited about what he responded with?
Right. The monotone.
No, I don't know. I'm asking you, like, if you were the client, would you have been excited from his response, from what he said?
Nope.
Okay. Anyone else? Charlie, Daniel, Kyle? Excuse me. Daniel, go ahead.
It felt superficial. Like I didn't really get much out of it. I mean, I heard the spiel, but I didn't grab onto anything that made my emotions want to jump.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Kyle or Charlie? Yep, Charlie
And
left.
if I can say something to Jones, who was a speaker. At first your energy was there, everything was there. And then it's like right towards the middle, you went back to the same energy drop. Maybe you're trying to figure your words out. But at first you definitely were, you were excited, you're ready to get this going. And then it kind of like just dropped.
Gotcha. All right. Anyone else before I go? Charlie, do you want to pitch in?
Yeah, sorry, no problem. I was in a spot with the internet where it sounded like everybody was underwater there for a minute. No, I just agree with everybody and kind of what they were saying. It sounds like you're just not as confident in your responses yet. So one of the recommendations I would have is just go back and rehearse some of those scripts that they have, that you can use, and then come back and make sure that you have just rehearsed those enough times that you can kind of combine them if you need to. And if not, then, just keep practicing here on the calls, because the more you get through it, the faster you're going to be able to just have it come out more naturally without having to second guess what you're saying.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So I'll go last. So the biggest thing, Sean, that you didn't address was actually what I said. What I said was, I don't want to do another academy or school, right? I just want a job. And the way you didn't hear that though, what you responded to was how much it cost. And that, it's $800 and whatever. But that wasn't what I wanted though, right? I just wanted to get a job. That's all I cared about. And he talked about an academy and how much it cost. And honestly, if that was me in real life, I'd be like, I would have told you that. I'd be like, okay, well, you didn't answer my question. Like, can you get me a job? Because that's all I honestly cared about, right? So the way I would have answered that, if it was my mock, is this is what I would have said, right? In response to, I'll mock it for you guys. I'd be like, hey, you know what, Sean? I got it, man. Listen, you're a go-getter. You're kicking ass, right? You're like number one in your company, dude, like you rock. And it sounds like, you're at a point where like, you don't really need any more training, right? Like you really don't. You just want to get in, get a job as quickly as you can and start working and making money. Is that right? Yes. Great. No problem. Look, here's what we do for someone like you. Okay. First of all, I was you. Okay. 6 months ago. Okay. I came in, listen, when I was talking to RCA, I was very clear. I'm like, look, I am only here to leverage your pipeline for a job. That's it. I don't need to do your schooling. I don't need to do your scripts. I just want to get in, get a job, make 5 figures a month and go on my life. Can you create that for me and provide that? And kind of guarantee that? And the guy said, yeah, we can. And I'm like, well, how? And he's like, well, it's simple. Look, you come in, right? Listen, there is obviously an investment because nothing's free in life, of course, right? Like you want a house, you got to pay a mortgage, right? But it's an investment into your career, right? It's an investment into your future, securing that 5-figure job for you. And then what we'll do, look, you'll come in, okay, you'll go through whatever, whatever we have in our schoolhouse. If you say you're already ready to go, man, I believe you. So look, you get in for a week real quick. We'll get you up with your coach. You'll do the mock calls just to prove to us that you are competent and you are like the shit that you say you are. Because I can tell you are, man. You're a really good talker, right? Really smooth talker here. And then once you show competency that you know what the hell you're doing, that you're really high caliber, which you should be, right? For sure. Then we'll get you in the pipeline. And honestly, you can get a job anywhere from like, a couple of days to a couple of weeks, whatever. But in the first 30 days, man, if you're a hot shit, like you say you are, and honestly, you sound like you're hot shit because you remind me of me. So I totally believe you, right? Within 30 days, you'll have a job making 5 figures. And who cares about whatever the cost is for this, right? Because whatever it is, in the first month, you'll be able to pay it off. And then after that, it's all dividends. So does that sound like a plan to you, Sean? Fantastic. Great. Let me give you more information about it. That's what I would say, right? Because I'm appealing to what he wanted, which was a job as quickly as possible. No problem. Let me show you how. So that's what I would say. What do you guys think? What did you guys hear? Sean, go ahead.
Oh, I thought that was fantastic. That is where, first of all, I'm brand new and this is the first time I've ever been in any group like this. So I'm still learning the ropes completely, but that was fantastic. Because I didn't really address that. And so that helped a lot.
Yeah, and Sean, it's not a problem, bro. Seriously, we all started somewhere, When I started doing this kind of stuff in my training development, I was like chewed out all the time. Like, by the way, guys, I've been on thousands of mocks at this point in my life. I mean, I'm part of a world-class organization that does performance training. I've been screamed at, chewed at, yelled at more times than I could count and imagine. So I promise you, like, I've been on the other side of this for years, and it sucks. But at the end of the day, though, right, it works. It's effective. And at the end, and also, Sean, one thing to remember for you and everyone, okay, the biggest thing, honestly, that I've done, I think like 55 mocks at this point, maybe more in the last 3 weeks, because I do like 4 mocks a day. One thing I've discovered is that most people don't actually listen when you talk to them, and it's very clear, right? Because, and there's a lot of like giveaway signs, like tells. Like, for example, I asked a very direct question to you, like, I don't want to do the academy, I just want a job. And notice how you weren't listening, because if you were, you would have addressed it, right? Instead, you went to what you already know, which is how to sell the academy, because that's how you're trained, right? That's what the script says. So a common pitfall, everyone, is you want to get off the script as quickly as possible. Okay, what do I mean by that? Like, you want to have this sucker memorized, okay? And how do you do that, okay? Because no one tells you the how around here, okay? Here's what I did, and it's really effective. Now, I didn't do this in RCA, but this works for memorizing things, okay? You get the script, okay? Go in front of a mirror of your house, even your car, and look at yourself, okay? As you're looking at yourself, read the script. So it's kind of like you're reading it to you, right? And look at yourself in the eyes, like it's a human being, and read it, okay? And you keep doing it again and again and again, maybe 15 minutes at a time, take a break. It gets exhausting. And I promise you, after a while, it might take hours, days, or weeks, depending on how intentional you are about this. There comes a point, because it happened to me too, where you'll be looking at yourself in the mirror and you'll be reading the script. And all of a sudden, like, you'll know, like, all of a sudden you'll just know it. You'll put it down. You'll now just be looking at yourself in the mirror, reading the questions. And eventually after that, when you get really masterful of that, that could be another few more days, weeks, whatever, right? You will then not have to think about the script at all. And you're now just talking to someone and sharing things with them like you would your phone number or your social security number or your birthday. It's something that's so natural. It's so masterful already that you don't have to think about it. Guys, listen, when I came to RCA, like, I think it's been like 3.5 weeks now at this point. Okay, I didn't read their scripts at all. I didn't do any of their training. Seriously, I didn't, not one. And they still put me in the pipeline in 2 weeks. Okay, my point is, you don't have to learn like the rigidity of their script is what I'm saying, right? It's obviously it's effective because it has you go a certain way in the conversation. But if you know like the points to hit and what's effective in a sales call, which I do, then you don't need a script, right? I know where to go. I know where we start. I know what I need. I know what I'm looking for. And honestly, it's like a dance, because I may start on A and then Sean kicks out C to me. I have to bring him back to be at some point, but not in a way that's like weird. That's like uncomfortable or like odd for him. Like a smooth flow, right? If you guys heard, this is recorded, right? If you heard my mock, right, it was smooth. I wasn't like second guessing myself. I wasn't saying, I was very confident. I was very intentional. I knew exactly what I was going to say, exactly when I would say it. And it was smooth. It was very smooth. And I think that's what one of you guys were saying, right? It should sound like fluid and smooth. And that comes with literally like hours and hours and hours of practice. Okay. But that's all it is. And when you get like that, even for you, Shushan, you'll notice that, look, you don't have to worry about memorizing anything anymore. You don't have to worry about reading the script or doing it right. And now, listen, once you get to that level of mastery, you could then take all of your attention, all your brain power, and put it into listening. And what you'll discover is that you will start hearing things like I do, things that aren't even said, but they're there. You're listening for them. Like, who is he being with me right now? Is he being a jerk? Is he being loving and caring and considerate and empathetic? Is he being confident? Is he being monotone? Are you talking like this? Like, you'll hear all that if you're paying attention, right? You'll hear the emotion. Like someone was saying before, right? Like you sounded passionate, right? Off the get-go, and then you kind of lost your steam, right? It's important. Energy is infectious, right? And then lastly, you'll find a commitment. Like, what are they actually here for? Because if you're talking to a client or a prospect, right? And you're listening like I do really well, and you could tell like they're bored or they're not interested. Seriously, I stop the conversation. I don't keep going. I stop. And I'm like, hey, Sean, I'm sorry. Am I boring you? Are you distracted? Seriously, like do that shit, because then it catches them up. Because all of a sudden now it zaps them back into reality of the call. They might have been checked out, paying attention to something else, who knows, but you got their attention now. And look, that also tells them that you're paying attention, and people respect that because they know that you're actually listening to them, right? They might say something that's like gold, right? Like they might say like I did, like, I just want the job. I don't care about the academy. I've already been in 5 of them. I'm not paying for another one. Great. So then don't sell the academy. Sell the 5-figure job. Tell them a story about you or your friend that did it in the same time as him. Right? No, don't lie, obviously. Like, actually never can meet people that do it. I have. Like, go out, network, and find people and share with them. Be like, hey, if you enroll, I'll connect you with this guy. You can talk to him. I'll tell you how he got there. So make sure it's a real person, okay? Like, don't lie to people. But you could say things like that to get related. But once again, if you're not paying attention, if you're not listening, you're gonna miss all of this. You won't even hear it. And you'll say something like, oh, it costs $800. And the person's like, what? That's not what I asked you. And now they get pissed off and frustrated and upset. And you're done at that point. You've lost them because they know that you're not listening. You don't really care about them because you're not listening to them. And you're not addressing their concern. That's what pisses people off, seriously, on these calls, is when you don't listen to them like you weren't for me, Sean. And look, Sean, it's not a problem, bro. You're new. I got it. No worries. I'm just training, right? This is training right now. But like, just get it right in real life. Like, that's a problem. Now, people might not be as upfront about it as I am with you all, okay? Because I've done the work and training to distinguish it in real time and to show you it as it's happening. People are more subtle, right? They don't want to look bad and embarrass themselves or you, so they won't tell you these things. But if you listen to their voice, it tells everything. Like, are they bored? Are they kind of depressed? I mean, Sean, imagine if you're talking to me and I was like this the entire time, right? Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I like that. If you heard that shit, you should like be like, what the hell is going on right now? Because I told you, when I talk to people, they're lit up. They're excited. Like, they're motivated. They want to do this shit. Seriously, everyone, if your people are not like that, and I'm telling you, and by the way, me being that way is what had me be a 40+% closer and like an 80-95% show rate as a setter if I were to do that. Like, because people are excited. They want to be there. They want to do what I'm telling them to do in the sense of like, hey, I think this is a great fit for you. Like, what do you think? Yeah, I agree. Let's see if this is a great fit for you with Chris. And if he agrees and you agree with whatever, right? Like, they should be excited. But like someone said too, right? If you're not excited, why are they going to be excited? If you're talking to them and you're like this. Yeah, so tuition is about $8,800 on cash, check, money order. What do you want to do? Right? If you heard that, would you be excited to give someone your money? No, you'd be like, damn, dude, you sound like you hate working here. What the fuck? I don't want to work here either. Seriously, like you guys got to be responsible because this is why. Okay, so last thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna shut up. Okay, you guys, all of you, and whoever's listening to this is something that I tell everyone on usually my mock calls that is so important because most people don't really realize it. When you are leading these calls as a setter or closer, okay, you have to really get and be responsible for like one really important thing is that in that moment with that person, you are RCA. Like you're the first person as a setter they're talking to, maybe as a closer, whatever. Like you're it, man. You're Cole Gordon. Like that's it. If you fuck it up, like you're done, you know? But if you're great, right? And they see you great, they're like, wow, is everyone in the company like you? Because I want to work there. And if you're like, yeah, you know, I like working here. It's a lot of fun. You want to check it out, man? Who the hell would want to work there, right? If you're representing the culture, because look, right, RC hired you, right? They're paying you. So people seriously assume how you are is how they are. Look, I went to 4 different military recruiters when I was 20. Okay, Army, Navy, Air Force, and then Marine Corps was last. The first 3 people, when I saw them, they were all like sitting in their chair, just like relaxed, hanging out. Oh, hey, bro, come in here. Let's have a conversation. I saw that and I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is how it is? I'm like, I don't want that shit. I went to the Marine Corps recruiter's office. Dude was wearing like his dress blues, sitting upright, and he's like, hey. And I was like, oh, hey, I'm looking at, he's like, yeah, take a seat, you know, and like intense kind of dude. But he was like very like strong, very stern, very confident. And I was like, shit, I want that. That's why I joined the Marine Corps, right? Served 2 tours in Afghanistan because of that one guy in that one moment. So it's really powerful, really. You want to get, you are RCA, you're responsible for that. And if you blow it, okay, last thing here, I promise, because this is actually really important. Okay, if you blow a deal, do not ever blame the client, ever. Why? Because who's the one leading the freaking call? It's you. And if something gets messed up and they don't want to move now, listen, so what it means, like if they're qualified, right? You could enroll them, they could figure out the money and they still say no, like, dude, what the hell? Like, what did you do wrong, right? It's not their fault. And I've heard a lot of people I've been walking with be like, oh, well, you know, this is not a good fit for the client then, or they don't know what they're talking about. Or I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Okay, seriously. You're in charge here, right? You're the one leading the call. Any results of that call are 100% your responsibility. And guess what? People don't like that shit being responsible. But you know what? You want to be number one, like I am in my industry in sales, you want to be the best, you need to be responsible for everything and everyone at all times. You have to be. Because if not, who the fuck else is? And if someone else is, then you have 0 power to do anything about it. 0. Like you're fucked. Seriously, you're fucked. Right? Because if it's not your responsibility and you can't do anything about it, you then lack control. And now you can't do anything about it. So you're fucked. Whereas the way I live my life is I'm responsible for all of my results and everything at all time. If something in my life isn't working, even with my wife, I'm responsible for that shit too. I'm like, damn, like, what did I do to have her yell at me right now or whatever? I'm responsible for it. I have to figure it out. It's not her fault. She is who she is because of I am who I am. Your clients are who they are because of how you are with them. You really need to get that. If you're like me, energetic, confident, intentional, motivated, excited, whatever, I never have a bad call, really. The only time clients say no to me is if they're disqualified for the most part, and that's it. But that's what it looks like though, right? It requires you to be someone who they want to be like someone they look up to, like a role model. Seriously, you guys, most of you, I guarantee you don't even think that way yet, but now you are. But some of these guys are young, girls are young, like they want a role model. They want to join an organization that they're proud of. They can brag to their friends, right? And their family and be proud of. They want to be like, oh, wow, I spoke to Daniel today. And man, this guy was like awesome. He was like motivated and excited. He loved what he did. So I could tell RCA is a really popping place. I want to work there. Like even just that, man, people are left in an interview. They don't remember anything that you said to them, but they remember how they felt about it. Were they happy, sad, depressed, excited? And this is what I meant before, right? When people leave your calls, seriously, this is my challenge for you. Like they should be excited. They should be inspired to be at the closer if you're a setter, right? Or enroll, because who you are is just like fantastic. And they're like, wow, I want to be just like you when I'm in sales. Seriously, if your people are not like that, I just request you take a look at yourself in the mirror and like see what's going on there, see what could be improved, what could be trained and developed. Because there's something missing then from you. Because listen, I do it every day all the time, and I sell debt settlement. I sell things people do not want to buy. What do I mean? I'm telling them to stop paying their credit cards. You're gonna get your phone's gonna blow up with creditor calls, and the credit score is gonna go to shit. Yeah, it sucks, right? But you know what? I create the conversation in a way that they're laughing. No shit. They're laughing. I have them laughing. They're excited about not paying off their credit cards anymore. How the fuck do you do that? Because I be someone that's like that on the phone with them. I be fun. I be energetic. I be compassionate. I be loving with their circumstances. They trust me. They like me. That's how. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. So let's open the floor. So what else did you guys get from maybe that? What I just said to you guys, everything, and then anything else you guys want to ask or share? Go ahead, please unmute yourself. Go ahead, Daniel.
All right. I've never mocked a single call yet, man. So I mean, I might as well get broken in, right? It should only take like 15 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. Hey, Alex.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I'm with Cole Gordon's group, man. How you doing today?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, the reason for my call is you reached out to the group looking for some information. Particular, if you don't recall, it's in regards to high ticket sales. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, I was looking for a career change.
Okay, a career change. Well, you know, this is the place. Basically, I have that information for you, and I just need to, you know, talk to you a little bit about some windows of your life so that I can get a perspective to see if our doors are fit for you to walk through. Do you have the time to do that right now?
All right, so let's pause here, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, you're welcome. So, and by the way, I'm gonna pause you just because if I tell you right away what's going on, you could correct it a lot faster, okay? Than if I
Yes,
waited
sir.
the entire time, okay? All right, so right there, okay, what I heard is that you were very like nervous. You weren't you weren't confident at all in your words. You were stuttering, you were pausing a lot. It
Yep.
wasn't confident. Now that comes from not knowing the script, period. Okay.
Gotcha, yeah.
So not a problem, but look, so try it again, but try to be a little more like fluid, a little more fun, a little more relaxed, okay? Go ahead.
You know, Alex, bro, I'd rather do what you said, get in front of the mirror, practice my script, and really get prepared. But I'll be in touch with you tomorrow, or I'll be back on this group.
Yeah,
I'd
so-
rather listen to some more examples.
All right, well, go ahead. Well, listen, bro, you want to be someone like me, then let's mock right now. Seriously. Screw everything else. I swear to
right.
God, dude, right now in this moment is where you will get trained and developed right now in this mock. So go
All right.
ahead.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah, who is this?
Hey, Alex, my name is Daniel, man. I'm with Cole Gordon's group. You reached out for us for some information on high ticket sales.
Yeah, I think I reached out yesterday. Just want to get more information about it.
Right on. Well, the best way to start about it is if you give me an idea of what inspired you to make this call or to leave us your information. What is it that you got going on?
Yeah, so I'm currently working at a job in debt consolidation. You know, I'm like the number one rep here, but I only got paid $7,000 and I did 37 deals last month. And I was like, that looks really low. So I actually started researching other sales jobs online on Facebook, and I found the high ticket sale. I never even heard of that industry before, honestly. And I saw that people averagely, you know, closers make $500 a deal minimum. And I was like, holy shit, man. 37 deals is like 18.5. That's like 2.5 more, like almost 3 times what I'm making right now. And I got like really depressed and excited about that. So I reached out to you guys to get more information about it.
Wow, man, right on. So you figured out that you're pretty capped and you got a ceiling going on with the talent you do carry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right on. Okay. Well, listen, basically what I'm here to do is just figure out where you're at and where you want to go. And it seems like you're a little advanced, man. Like you're ready to actually speak to a counselor, speak to somebody that can give you all the pertinent information for you to move forward in what you want to change. Now, it's a simple thing. We can set up an appointment and set up something that you're going to show up to right now. And we can use technology and confirm an appointment. And you show up and you can check out our doors and see what it is that we have to offer and how you can pedal yourself to get rid of the ceiling that you got going for the financial income you want to receive. Are you interested in that?
Oh yeah, I'm always interested in information. That's fine.
All right, man. Well, I just sent out the appointment over to the, um, I already blew it, bro. I should have set up a time and gave you something else. So I got stuff, man. I'd have to reset.
Reset. Go ahead. Go.
All right. All right, Alex. Well, you know, it sounds like it's real simple for us here. I can set up an appointment. I got the scheduled open for tomorrow. Is there a particular time that would work for you best? It's wide open.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm available. I'm in California. I think I'm available like 10 a.m., 10 to 12 in the morning.
10 to 12 in the morning. All right, I just
Yeah.
sent you an appointment for 10 o'clock. If you can confirm that, setting you up with actually the counselor that I got involved with. His name is Brandon. If you can do me a favor and show up with a pen and pencil or a pen and paper and ready to take some notes, he'll be able to really guide you through. It sounds like our opportunity is something fit for you.
So I'm really confused, Daniel. Did you send a pigeon over with a request? Is there like a bird somewhere? Am I going up this guy's house? Like, where are we doing this meeting? Because you didn't say.
No, I apologize. I wasn't clear. I sent you an invite, electronic invite to the email address you provided for us. You would just have to accept that, and that would lock in your 10 o'clock appointment for tomorrow with the
Okay.
Pacific Coast time.
Okay, yeah, give me a second here. Let me do that. Click, click, click. Okay, done.
All right, man. Right on. You know, typically I can fill out the information on the survey that he has us fill out so you guys can hit the ground running.
Yeah.
I've gotten all the information that I see here, except for some other personal things that I, you know, if it's okay with you asking, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right on. The decision making, is there a family involved, a spouse or somebody else that would need to be on that call? That way we can, you know, set that up now and advise you to bring them along, or is this something that you can make decisions on your own?
Yeah, it's just me.
Okay. All right. And you know, as far as I can tell with everything else, man, you're definitely a qualified candidate for the services that we offer. So pretty much giving you the appointment for tomorrow, and you know, just asking you to be excited, and you found a new place to get
All
rid
right,
of that ceiling.
Daniel, stop.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
dude,
know.
you're still full of shit right now. Dude, seriously,
Yeah, I
listen.
know. Yeah.
No, listen, bro, listen. You were good. Seriously, you're good. You sent me the email, I RSVP'd. Just fucking stop there. Be like, okay, great. So listen, this is how you finish that call from right there. You don't listen, you don't need to sell the guy and don't need to give him some more bullshit to think about. Look, he already said he's interested. He's already driven. He wants to get more information. Great. Here, check your email, RSVP, done already. Okay. So here's one thing you want to say too. Okay. Well, actually, a couple things. So first, right, you want to say, hey, Alex, you know, listen, sometimes people, you know, sometimes life happens, right, between now and tomorrow. So can you do me a favor? If for some reason you can't make it tomorrow, I know we've been messaging each other on Messenger or email. Would you mind just emailing me or messaging me that you can't be at the meeting tomorrow? And it's not a problem. It just respects my time and yours. And we could always reschedule if that happens. Is that okay with you?
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Fine. Now, you also forgot the financial piece. And this is something that most people miss. Okay, look, your job as a setter is to pre-qualify people financially. Now, look, RCA's way of doing it is fucking dumb. It is. Because people lie all the time. And they don't want to look bad at all. So if you say, hey, scale from 1 to 10, where are you? No one in their fucking right mind is going to say, oh, I'm a 1 or a 2 if they are. They're broke. Why? Because they want a fucking job. They're not, they're going to fucking lie to you. So it's a dumb question. Okay. A better question. Go ahead.
From the conversation you gave me, if you're a top seller and all of that, I still can't just assume that you're inundated with money, right?
Daniel, I live in California. It's expensive as fuck out here. Seriously, I'm saving no money at all, dude. Like if I in a month, right? So yeah, you can't assume shit because who gives a fuck if I'm the top rep? I want to leave here. Do you know why? No, you don't, because you didn't ask, right? But what I'm saying is like, dude, I'm like tight. I'm tight on finances, right? So you want to find out. Now, listen, we'll mock this together. I'll mock it back to you, but just take a stab, man. If you want to pre-qualify someone financially, without asking a dumb question like 1 to 10, where you at? Because everyone lies about that anyway. Like, what's another way you could say it to like get a sense of where they are financially? Go ahead.
Hey, Alex. So, as far as finances, if you're looking to leave and you know you're looking to invest, what is it that you would have to replace, or what is it that would fulfill in that $10,000 to $40,000 gap? What would put you in a position to want to jump and commit to something different?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I want to get a house soon, and a house alone is like $7,000 a month. So, considering I could be making 18,000 already with the same production and high ticket sales, I would need at least 15K floor starting.
Okay, all right, that's definitely within the range we're advertising on the ability to come and do that. And with your skill set, I don't see a problem why you wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, at this point, man, yeah, I need to work on that, but that's where I could deliver the whole keeping the appointment and setting up the time and coming through. So Alex,
Well, hold on. No, dude,
Yeah,
you totally skipped over what I just said. How
Yeah,
are
yeah.
you going to pre-qualify someone financially? And I get that you skipped it because you don't want to do it, but you can't do that shit with me. I'll tell you, I'll fucking rat you out every time. Look, seriously, I'll call your ass out. That's just what I do. I don't give a shit.
That's fine. That's fine.
So look, bro, look, listen, you have to, because look, this is why, everyone. If you do not pre-qualify someone in a way, not the bullshit way RCA does, because it's ineffective. I've had people ask me that question. I bust them every time they say it to make them seem like fucking idiots, because it's a dumb question. It really is. Okay. Now look, you have to pre-qualify. Why? Because look, do you really want to waste like Chris's time with someone who can't afford this fucking thing? No, right? You
Yeah.
only want to give him qualified leads so you make money, right? Because you get paid when they close, right? So you
Right.
want to give them good leads. Seriously, look, there are some guys here, I swear, because they're everywhere, even in my company, they fucking suck, who just love getting people from in to me. And dude, literally, half of my job I do is disqualifying people because they don't do their fucking job. So they get
Wow.
to me, and I'm like, great. Like I'm already looking at their file on the transfer, and I could see they're not qualified already. And look, this is being real life. I'm like, hey, Geraldine, you have an authorized user on here that we can't enroll, and without that, the client is not qualified. And she's like, oh, oops, I'm sorry. And so the client's on the phone, right? So I don't want to be like an asshole. So I'm like, hey, Mrs. Jones, listen, I'm so sorry about that. Geraldine missed that. She won't do it again. Do you have any other debt that we could enroll to get you qualified here? Because I really do want to help you here. Save money, repair your credit. Do you have anything else we can do? Even your husband, like someone that's a co-applicant, anything. And if they say no, I'm like, great. Well, then you have a fantastic day. Goodbye. And I hang up. But you have to do it, man. Because look, otherwise you're wasting your time. You're wasting Chris's time, whoever the closer is. And look, you don't want to do that shit because your closer will not like you. Okay. And they're not going to.
Oh, absolutely. I get it.
Especially if the handoff is very weak. Like you, and also too, guys, listen, last thing. Okay, when you close someone as a setter, okay, I don't know, some people don't do this apparently. It's really strange, but you should be like briefing your closer on the person. Like you should be telling them, hey, I just spoke to Alex. He's a very driven guy, very motivated. He wants a job like ASAP. Okay, so look, I would recommend, Chris, you share with him about, look, like what's the quickest expedient way to get him into the closer pipeline, into a job, because that's all he cares about. Just talk about that. Seriously, if you're not doing that shit with your closer, like you're fucking you're ruining your chance to make money, and you're fucking him over, because then he's starting from scratch. And
Right, because you want to capitalize on what's making them tick to make the purchase.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Right. And listen, also too, guys, as a client for customer experience, let's talk about that for a second. Do you think a client wants to have to explain himself 2 fucking times to 2 different
no,
people?
never.
No, right? So listen, if you want to provide, which is what I do, extraordinary customer service, you want to be, listen, I'm not saying take notes, but if you're paying a fucking attention to when they're talking to you, like I do, like you'll remember what they say. And then immediately I would either call your closer or do like a voice message on Facebook Messenger and just tell them, hey, I just spoke to this guy. I closed them. He has an appointment tomorrow at 10 a.m. This is what really matters to him. This is what I would talk about. And this is what will close him. If I was a setter, that's exactly what I would do for my closer every time. So he's ready, prepared for it. He knows what's going on. And then he doesn't have to fucking ask the same shit to the guy again. He already knows what he wants. It's easy.
Yeah, so it's handing off the baton so you can finish the race.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. Okay. Anything, let's see. So that was, yeah. So Daniel, so not bad, man. So it's not bad. I know it's kind of your first time, no worries. So you got to get the script down. Okay. You want to, now listen, now I'm going to mock this thing. Okay. Cause I told you I would. Okay. This is how it could sound, right? fuck, sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second. So I already demonstrated to you, right? Wait, so I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. So was I gonna demonstrate to you guys how to answer what, the money question, or what? What was I gonna do for you? I forgot. I had a lot of
The qualifying.
okay,
qualifying for
thank you. I got it. Okay, so this is how I would qualify people. Ready? I'm gonna mock it right now. So Daniel, you're the client. I'm the closer. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm the setter.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? Okay. So yeah. So we're gonna mock. So just play with me. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so Daniel, hey, listen, man. It sounds like you're up to a lot in life. You know, you told me that you're the number one in your company. You know, you're kicking ass. You're taking names, and you only made $7,000 last month. You know,
Yeah, man.
which for you, because you told me this, I asked already, which for you said wasn't a lot of money, right? Like you want to get a house. A house alone is $7,000. Like that's not going to work, right? And it's gotten to a point in your life where you're like so great at sales. Like you want the next best thing, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like you
I
want to
can,
be in a position where like there's no cap, right? You can make as much money as you want, right?
yeah, all I can do right now is stay home and pay the house payment, man. I don't have much leeway to go out and meet the person I want to meet or do the things I want to do. But I live in a nice house, but it's not enough.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, man. Like, listen, I get it, right? Because look, you said you're a single guy. You want to meet a woman, right? You want to have money to buy some nice clothes and take her out to dinner. And you can't do those things, right? Because it sounds like, let's just be honest, you're kind of tight financially, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So look, here's the thing, right? Look, nothing in life is free, right? If you want something that has value and worth, like even a wife, right? You got to invest in dinners for her. You got to buy her jewelry, right? Nothing in
Yeah, I
life
know,
is
I
free.
know.
Okay? Nothing in life is free, right? So look, so listen, this opportunity is not free either. Okay. So look, there is an investment piece. Okay. The investment is $8,800. Okay. I know it sounds like a lot, but look, it's not a big deal. Okay. Most people that come in, even me, when I came in, I was on a payment plan for a year for $600 a month. Now, look, honestly, when I came in, I was like you. I was kind of tight financially. I was a little, whatever. But you know what? Like you, man, I'm driven. Like I'm number one also in my industry. And I knew that within a month I can get a job and start making five figures a month already. And honestly, that's exactly what I did. So look, here's how it works, right? What if you can come in to work with us, if that's something you want to do? You'll have to pay whatever it is, the investment. You'll talk about Chris with that later on, and if it's something you want to do, right? If you can't afford it, you'll figure out how to do it, right? Because if I told you right now, I can make you like $100,000 this year, and it's going to cost you, whatever it's going to cost you to get started, right? And you're going to start making 5 figures in the first 30 days. Do you think that somehow, Daniel, you'll be able to somehow find the money if you knew you could make 100 grand this year and live its kind of life that you said you want to live? So you could actually find a woman and provide for her and get for her whatever she needs.
I definitely think I can do that. I just need a structure where I can come and use my skill set. I'm looking for opportunity.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we'll provide for you, my friend, right? We'll give you a platform, we'll give you a support network, coaching, and literally, if you're a badass like you say you are, and I think you are, you'll get in the pipeline like in 2 weeks, like I did. We'll be looking for jobs already. And you honestly might start working your first 30 days. And look, whatever the tuition is for the school, you'll be able to pay it off anyway within maybe the first month or so. And then after that, my friend, you're making dividends and dividends and dividends, and it's all profit for you. And now you could buy a new house. You could go out and buy nice clothes. You could buy dinner for your future wives and girlfriends, whatever whatever you're interested in, male or woman, and just really have the type of life that it said you want to have, and no longer be frustrated and upset that you're capped and there's nowhere to go but stay where you are. So does it sound like something that you want to hear more about with Chris tomorrow?
Man, Alex, I'm excited about tomorrow. Let me confirm that appointment with you.
Yeah, I'm excited too, man. Seriously, listen, bro. If you decide to work with us, seriously, let me know because you'll be on my team, and I got you, man. I will make sure you get something quick. Okay, let me get you trained up. No problem. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna send you an email. I have your email address real quick. It's dcinteractive@gmail.com, correct?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So I'm gonna email you Chris's calendar right now. Please do me a favor. Let me know when you get it.
All right, got it.
All right. So please open it up, and there should be a link in there for Calendly. Please click on the link and just choose some day tomorrow. Because look, don't wait, man. This is your life, right? This is your future wife here in line. So please, look right now. Pick a time tomorrow that works for you, and then tell me what it is. Okay. So go ahead. I'll wait for you.
Yeah, I can take that 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Great. And was that What time zone was that? Sorry. 'Cause I think
And
you're
it's out here in California, man, Pacific time.
California. Perfect. Okay, great. I'm out here too. Awesome. Okay. Look, I'm gonna tell Chris right now. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna tell him what we talked about, so he'll know who you are. Should be a great, really powerful conversation. He'll be there a few minutes, or like he always is, no problem. And all I request, here, Daniel, is if you can't make the meeting for whatever reason, can you just do me a favor and send me an email and just let me know in advance? I'd really appreciate it. Just respecting my time, and then we can always reschedule. Okay, it's not a problem. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, I can do that for you, but I'm a sure shot. I'll be in contact with them tomorrow. I'll keep this meeting.
All right. Hey, I believe you, man. All right. And last thing. Okay. So look, I want you to have a little more information just so you're like a little more armed for that call. So if I send you like a 5-minute video, I swear it's like really fast and actually kind of fun. Could you spend 5 minutes tonight just watching it? And then this way, when you see Chris tomorrow, please, any questions that you have about the video we talked about, ask him. Look, ask him everything so you know exactly what the sucker is. And if you choose to move forward, you'll have the opportunity to do so with him tomorrow. Okay. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, honestly, bro, I'm excited, man. I think if you choose to work here, it's going to be a fantastic fit. Like me, you'll be making 5 figures in, the first month or so, and you'll be on your way to getting that future wife, bro. And that's exciting. Maybe you'll make me your best man at your wedding. Who knows, right?
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah, I'm ready
All
to
right, my friend.
compete for the #1 spot with someone.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
There you go. There you go. All right, my friend. Well, hey, good talking to you. Have a great day. And hey, listen, if anything happens, just let me know. Okay, I got your back here.
All right, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. All right, take care. Bye.
Wow. Yeah. So being full of shit isn't gonna pull nothing off here. You gotta be legit and genuine to connect. I mean, you have to connect.
You have to be. Yeah, look, you really do. And look, everything I said was legit. Like, I'm a very authentic person. If you guys listen to me in the chat rooms, like, listen, I'm fucking authentic. I say what's there. And some people don't like it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care because that's just their opinion. I don't give a shit about your opinion, right? I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I know what I can do. Like, that's all that matters to me. I don't need friends. I already have plenty of friends, right? I am here to get a job. Ultimately, just so you guys know, I already told RCA, I actually want to be a sales trainer for RCA, like an actual legit sales trainer. And, we'll see what happens with that, right? But like, that's what I love mocking. Like, I love mocking. I've done it 1,000 times already. I'm very good at it. I have a very keen listening. I hear things that you guys can't even hear, literally a lot. Like, and I can provide exemplary coaching, like, why not, right? So, these opportunities, seriously, like, listen, we'll do this every Friday, okay? And also throughout the week, I do like random mock calls because I have a very open schedule. Even though I'm like #1 in my company, I only work 3 hours a day. The rest of the time, I'm like building my business on the side, or I'm doing mock calls or whatever. Like, that's my life. It's pretty fun, actually. So we have about 6 minutes left here. Anyone have anything else to add? You know what? I would love to hear, honestly, from everyone, like, what'd you get out of the mocks? Like, what'd you get that, like, not as like an insight, but you heard something, you're like, oh shit, I do that too. Or like, oh crap, like, yeah, I need to start doing that. Like, I want to hear those things, right? Because listen, that's where not mine, that's where your training development will happen, is when you hear something that applies to you and you do something about it, right? You take action. Okay, Sean, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank you. Like, this is extremely, like, this is the first time I've heard anything like this. And I am I've been here not quite 2 weeks and I'm getting ready to go into the pipeline because I am that guy. So it's like, I'm being flooded with things and I didn't even know the parameters we were in until just now. That was awesome, dude. That was awesome. I look forward to role playing.
Cool. Yeah, me too, man. Send me your schedule. We'll set up a call.
You bet, man. Absolutely.
Cool. Thanks, bro. Anyone else? Charlie, Eric, Jacob, Daniel, what'd you guys get? Because this call is about you, believe it or not. I don't give a fuck if what I said. I really don't care what I say. What matters is what you hear, and what you get is the value. So I'm not sure if you have your hands raised. You guys could unmute yourselves. So if you have something to share, please. There we go, Charlie. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm all good. Yeah, for me, it was the same thing kind of when Sean was going through his mock and you were giving him a few of the, not even objections, but just some of the things that you were responding to. And then he was kind of going off and not really addressing that, it is, you really have to make sure that you're in tune and put yourself into a state where you can be receptive.
Totally. Cool, man. Thank you. Anyone else? Daniel, Eric, Jacob?
Hey,
Jacob, go
Alex.
ahead.
No, it was just everything was great. Can you send me this so I can listen back on your mocks and your comments and everything?
Yeah, I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share this with all RCA on Facebook.
All right, cool, man. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Cool. Anyone else? Eric, Daniel? Come on, I want to hear you guys.
Yeah, no, I just figured out, where I'm at and what I got to do and how to go about it and be effective in my starting point. So I'm going to work on it.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, look, the biggest missing in RCA, and honestly, in any sales training program that I've looked up research on, is all they talk about is the what. Like you need to be present. You need to be with the person. You need to be blah 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 blah. But what all of them miss is the how. It's like, great. How the fuck do I become more present? They don't teach you that shit because they don't fucking know. They really don't. I do though, right? I do. I know the hows of everything, but they don't. So this is why I was telling you guys, literally, in the mocking is where you get developed. In the mocking is where you get trained because you're doing it. It's experiential. It's not fucking knowledge and some bullshit. Okay, so yeah, I got you, Dan, no problem. And then Eric, last one.
I liked how your disposition was more like on the customer side, like you kind of like sat with them on their side of the table and
Totally. Mhm.
felt like you were like a champion for them.
Yeah, totally right. Because look, and Eric, that was brilliant, by the way, right? And you're right. You know, the conversation, if you guys were listening very closely when I speak, it's always about the client. Always. It's never about me. Who gives a fuck about me? They don't, right? They're there because they want something for them in their lives that matters to them. So if you keep the conversation on them, like I do, like they're like, I mean, listen to Daniel. He was excited, right? He was inspired. He's like, let's do this shit. I can't wait for the call. Why? How did I create that with him? Because the call I created with him was all about him. I asked him questions. I asked him follow-up questions. I rephrased what he said. I was very interested. I was very loving with him, very caring, very relatable. Why and how? Because I cared about him. Now, look, last thing, and then we have to go. So a very good thing that was very effective, and I've been telling people to do this, and they're telling me good feedback, okay, is you want to treat these clients, this might sound weird, but it works. You want to treat them like they're someone you love. Okay, so listen, it could be like a parent, a spouse, your kids, whatever, right? But look, here's what you can do, and this is the how, and it works, okay? Get a picture of them in real life in your hand and like put it on the laptop or computer you do these calls with, okay? As you're on the call, imagine the person you're speaking to is like your mom, right? Like someone you really love and care about. And when they tell you that their job sucks and they're miserable, you won't be a robotic, person and be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that sucks, Judy. So Judy, let's talk more about this now. No, right? That's like robotic. If that was your mom, you'd be like, oh my God, mom, are you okay? Like, how are you dealing with that right now? Jesus. Like being a fucking human being, right? Like that's what they would say. And look, a lot of these guys on mocks, like 99% of them, like they're not like that because they don't relate to you like they're someone you care about. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to be number one and be the best, it might be hard for you. It was hard for me in the beginning too, but you need to seriously like as the guy that said, I think it was Eric, right? You need to become like their champion. You need to have the conversation about them. I would even say like, you need to love them. Not like, intimate romantic love, but like a human being love. Like, hey, you're a fellow person, like at a bar talking to someone and you're having a conversation with them and you care about them. And I'm telling you, that's the bell, the stock market is closed. So the benefit here, right? Jesus Christ, all my alerts going off. I have a lot of alerts for my algos. Anyway, so the benefit here, right, is look, when you could talk to them, like there's someone you care about. Look, you hear my voice, right? When I was mocking with Daniel, it's not bullshit. It sounds authentic because it is. Because I actually no shit care about people. Now, I didn't always be that way. It took me 5 years to develop myself to do that in 1,000 mocks. Okay, not easy, but I put the work in because I knew that if I could connect to people on a human being level, like they're my parents, they're my wife, and I give a shit about them, I'm gonna connect with them, and then I could have them like me, and I can know about them, and they're gonna trust me. And remember, people only buy from friends, someone who's friendly. They don't buy from strangers. If you're talking to someone this the entire time, All right, Bob. So I got you checked here for Friday, 3 o'clock with John. You guys will have a conversation. We'll get you enrolled here. Start making you that that 5-figure income and get you taken care of. Okay. If you're like that, oh my God, dude. Like I'd be like, what the fuck? Like it sounds so weird, right? And so robotic and weird and just odd, right? Like if that, if that's how you are, I promise you, your results are gonna be like low. They're gonna be like 20, 30% maybe. Closer, like, if you want to get to like the 40, 50, 60% level, like I'm at, you have to fall in love with your clients. I'm sorry, but you have to. You don't have a choice. You could try faking it, but that only goes so far. How do you do it, right? Listen, just relate to them like they're someone you love. Seriously, just listen. It's a practice. Try it. Just do it like a lot. Like have that photo, or maybe like talk to your loved one before your call. Something, right? Something to get you like in the mindset about it. And while you're doing it, everything they say come from the context of like, this is my sister. Oh my God, she's at work and she's miserable. Oh my God. You ever hear Kevin Hart? He's like, oh my God. He does his weird ass. He does weird. It's hilarious. Like, oh my God. Like, he's imitating women in his life. It's funny as hell. But not like that dramatic, right? But like, you want to be someone who's like right, because you care about them. You do. You're like, oh my God, Susan, like, how's it like for you to be at a job that's a dead end and no one's supporting you and your boss is an asshole? That was her word. Like, like, how is that for you? Jesus, how long have you been there for? 5 months? Jesus, I would have left a month, like 4 months ago. Good for you for being strong enough to stay. Is there anything holding you there? Yeah, I can't leave, or whatever it is, right? But you would deal with it because you're interested in that person. And someone who's interested, someone who's caring and loving, right, will ask you, like, those questions will naturally come out from you, right? Because if there's someone you love, right, with your mom, do you need a script to know what to say and ask them? No, you don't. It just naturally is available for you. Like I said, I never did RCA scripts, and look at me, right? I'm like the example here. You don't need to memorize a fucking script, okay? Now, if you don't know how to do sales, yes, you do, because that's part of the process. But once you know the steps, what I call it, once you know the spaces of the call, you know how to navigate them in and out, like I do really well, you don't need a script anymore. You got it. Like, just have a conversation like you're talking to your mom and just flow with it a certain way until you get everything you need. You enroll them, they're excited, you know what they want, you're selling to the benefit that they said, and then you're getting them ready for the closer. And the closer, he'll do a little summarization, whatever. Yeah, we can do a lot of closing on this call. We can do it next time for the closer script. But it's the same thing, guys. Like, look, when you're doing, and girl, sorry, when you're doing the closer script, right? Like, you want to create the world for them that they had the setter created for them, right? So if I got Daniel excited, the closer should be matching me. The closer should be doing it also, getting them excited about this. Because if not, it's a mismatch, right? You went from higher energy to lower energy. Like I'm very suspicious. I'm very depressed as a client, right? So this is why, like for me personally, when I start closing, like I want to essentially train my setter myself, because I want us to be on the same page about everything. Same energy as me, same questions as me, same being as me. Like I'm going to train them because I want them to be great. I'm like, look, you want to make a lot of money? Great. Let me train you. Like I'll get your show rate to be 90+%, close rate above 50. Like we'll kill this thing together. And like, that's how I'm going to enroll them, right? To do that with them. Okay. So we are at 104. I'm done. Any last comments from anyone? Anything else you want to say? It's an open court. Go ahead. Just unmute yourself if you want to. Go ahead, Daniel.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I just got to thank you. I got to get on the clock here, man. Have a good day.
Hey, too, man. Take care. All right. Anyone else? Charlie, Eric, Jacob, Sean? Are you guys good?
Hey, man, I'm ready for round 2 now that I know what I'm doing. That's the first thing I heard, so I'm ready.
All right. Well, hey,
Man, let me know.
hey, listen, send me your schedule. We'll do them on a call, or come back next week. We'll do it again. Okay.
Oh, I'll do a mock call as soon as you want to. I'm ready.
All right, well, look. So here's what I request: send me your availability, Monday through Friday next week. Give me like 3 times you're available each day, and I'll plan it for us. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
And then Eric, last one.
Hey, man, I just want to say thank you for your time. It's definitely beneficial. I like to absorb as much good information as possible and see the way different people do stuff so I can find what's best for me.
Yeah, good for you, man. Because look, guys, I might say 10 things, and you might only hear 2 of them because they apply to you or you're hearing that. And that's great, seriously. Whatever you hear, right, just apply it in your life and put it on and then see what happens. You know, because remember, the training is in the mocking, really. So look, listen, here's the last thing. Please do not take what you got from this conversation as knowledge and think to yourselves, because it won't work, that, okay, I know I have to be more present now. I'm gonna start being more present. Okay. It doesn't work that way. The only way it's gonna help you is if you have that as an idea and you go and on your very next mock call, you start doing shit in reality as an action. Like you start, I don't know, putting on fucking tunnel vision glasses at your phone or something to be more present with someone, or putting all the distractions away, like putting your cell phone away, TV away. When you start demonstrating what it looks like to be present, that's when you become more present. Okay. You can't think your way into ways of being. You can't, literally, it's physically and biologically impossible. This is why I told you all these other programs, they all miss this, all of them, even here, because they all talk about the what, but they don't really talk about the how. But when I say the how, I mean, like, how do I be being something different? Like, how do I be being present or loving or engaging or interesting? Okay, look, you can, okay, knowledge gives you no access to being in this world, in your experience. It doesn't work that way. Seriously, 40 years of brain science and neuroscience that I've researched and been part of has shown that it doesn't work that way. So how do you do it, right? You have to be in a conversation with someone like me, someone that can point it out to you, someone that can tell you, hey, right there, someone that could tell you it's a blind spot for you that you're missing. And then you practice it with me again and again. And then eventually you'll start catching yourself doing it too. You'll say something to a client and you'll be like, wow, I am so sorry, Judy. I just said something that was inaccurate. I apologize. Let me correct myself. Here's how much it really is. When you start being like that with people, that authenticity, I'm telling you guys, it's fucking sexy. Seriously. Like when you could be someone like, you know, women, right? Like they love authenticity. When you start being authentic with them and your clients, they will like you a lot and they'll trust you because they're like, wow, he just told one of himself. He just acknowledged that he was an asshole to me. Seriously, no one does that shit but me, right? But I promise you, like people admire that. It's very admirable because no one does that really in this world. When people fuck up, what do? They blame it on someone or something else. They're never responsible for it because they don't want to be. Makes them look like shit. Now, I don't give a fuck. So I will own my shit. Right? I do it all the time. I was like, wow, I fucked up. I'm so sorry about that. Won't happen again. Can I continue, please? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. It's easy, but no one does it usually because they don't want to look bad. Human beings hate looking bad. You don't believe me? Look at social media. Look at all the photos. Oh, how great my life is. Oh my God, my new car. Oh my God, Kevin. Right? It's all good shit. It's all good shit, right? But literally, out of a billion people on social media, what is it, like 1 billion% of those show you something really bad in their life happening? Yeah, right? Like it's almost non-existent. Seriously, human beings do not like to be looking bad. They don't. They hide it. They run away from it. They lie about it. They deflect it. They blame someone else on it. All in order to avoid being responsible. Period. And seriously, you see it everywhere. Everywhere. And look, last thing, I promise. Last thing we have to go, okay? Look, your experience in RCA, whether you know or not, you are 100% responsible. Seriously. If you're not on your coach's ass every day for training, if you're not on everyone else for group mocks and group calls, hey, that's your fault, man. Seriously, you're the only person to blame. This is your life, isn't it? Yeah. Who's responsible for your life? You. 100. No, not 99. 100% you are responsible for your life. Period. And I promise you, I'm gonna end right here. If you start living your life, seriously, like I do, being 100% responsible for everything and everyone in your life and all of your results, good or bad, that you produced, high or low, you then have a chance. You have a chance of now doing something about it. Like getting trained and developed to make you stronger. You know, fixing a relationship with your wife because you're acknowledging you're an asshole to her. When you start being responsible, your world will begin changing rapidly, like mine did. Like, guys, you want to get this. In September of last year, and I can send you the email proof somewhere, I think I have it. I was almost fired from my job because I had an 11% close rate. 11%. Shitty as hell, very low. I had 11 deals that month or whatever. I was almost fired. And then I took the work on, like I've been doing, because I was actually dealing with some depression back then. That's why I was really ineffective. But anyway, in October, I got my ass out of my head, right? I started doing everything I know how to do. And within 1 month, I became the #1 closer in my whole company at 30%. And the month after that, I had a 40% conversion rate. I had 37 deals enrolled and $700,000. I was the #1 everything in my company in 2 months. Like this shit works, but it took me being responsible for my results. I had to acknowledge I suck at sales. I need help. And I reached out to like the best reps in my company because my management sucks. They really don't train you at all. They really don't. So I went to my other people and I'm like, hey, how do you do sales? What do you say? Can I hear your calls? Because I want to hear you on the phone, right? Because I'm listening for, right, how they're being, their tone, everything about it. I went out to I went to other people. I'm like, hey, I need help. Like I started taking actions because that's where performance and results live, in action, to get me where I want to go. And literally it works. In 30 days, I was the #1 closer. I tripled my close rate in 30 days. It's nuts. But you could do that too. You just got to put the work in. And look, don't try to learn this shit. You can't learn it. You got to do it. Okay. You get an insight. Great. Call someone right away and share with them. Hey, I just found out I'm not present on a call. Fuck. Man, I got to stop being distracted, or I got to memorize the script now. Like now there's actions to take, right? To have you be more present, as opposed to, okay, yeah, that's a great, oh, Alex, that's brilliant. I gotta be, okay, great. I'll bring on the next call with me. Hopefully I'll remember that. Or I'll write it down. That won't do shit for you at all. I'm sorry, that doesn't work at all. You have to experience it. You have to keep discovering it, like what it looks like. You have to start, now how do you do those things? You have to talk to someone like me that knows it, that can hear it, that can call you out on it, right? Because this is what my coaches did, right? I would talk to them and they would call me out, like, stop, like right there. Like, wow, you're an asshole. They would tell me and I would get like, it would be a blind spot that would become uncovered over time. Right? But that's how, listen, this is how you get this stuff. If you want to reel in your performance like I have, you have to do it in conversations. You can't learn it. So I recommend all of you, if that's what you want, even people listening to this call, seriously, I'm available. I really am. Okay. Message me on Messenger. Send me like your weekly schedule. Like give me like Monday to Friday, 3 times a day that you're available. And I'll tell you when and I will schedule a mock with you. I promise you, like I'll make it work on my schedule. But I'm telling you, it's the only way. Seriously, you can't mine yourself through this through knowledge. It doesn't work that way in who you're being in the world. It's very experiential. Okay, that's it. We're done. All right, everyone, you guys have been great. Awesome. I'll send the recording when we're done. If I could figure this out on my phone. Here we go.